Alright guys, Brando back here again with another pickup. This one's pretty massive. I kind of upped the production quality a little bit for this video because I just have so much stuff and I'm tired of bending up and dumping down just to get stuff and doing all that like kind of webcam stuff. So I wanted to kind of try this and see how it works out. Maybe I'll do more of this in the future. But I'm just going to get right into this as soon as I can because I've got so much crap. It may be 2 videos. I don't know. Alright, so let's just get right down to it. First of all, I kind of want to start with some donations that I got from some friends and some coworkers. And first one is this white PS3 controller. It's beat up. Nick gave this to me, and I guess the up button doesn't work. So I'm gonna crack it open and kind of see if I can get this in working shape. It's got a lot of scuffs. I mean, this thing has seen its miles, so it'd be cool if I can get it working again. Going on with some games. I got some games from a buddy at work. Some of the stuff I had a double. But I'm gonna show you the just a couple that he gave me. He gave me the Sims 2, PS2, Sims Busted Out, and Samurai Warriors. And he also gave me Guitar Hero 1 and 2, which I have like 4 copies of Guitar Hero 2. But I never ever played Samurai Warriors, and I like the Dynasty Warriors series to an extent. It does get kind of boring though after a while. But I popped this in and it was just almost kind of like right at home, you know what I mean? So it'd be cool to kind of go into this, see if I actually kind of like the Samurai Warriors series too. That's the same buddy that donated those, Ray, thanks. Also donated Star Ocean, the second story, which I never played any of the Star Oceans back on the PS1. I think there's, there definitely is one more, second story, so you would think there's got to be the first story or something like that. I am actually unversed with the Star Ocean series at all, so I'll have to keep my eye open to see if I can't find another one, but I'm really into collecting the the RPGs and everything for the PS1 era. I mean, RPGs were just so rampant for that, and I'm a big fan. And of course, this Enix, another Enix game to add to that sort of portion of my collection. I never really played an Enix game before I started collecting, so moving on with some more PS2 stuff that I picked up. I'll move right along to Star Ocean. I picked up Star Ocean Till the End of Time. It's a greatest hits edition, but I had just received a Star Ocean donation when I was out hunting, and I saw this, and I saw, and I thought, why not, And the graphics are really good. There's, 2 discs on the PS2, so I'm not really sure how long the game is, but I did pop it in and test it out. It seems pretty cool. I'm collecting all these RPGs and I have no time to play them, which is kind of just like, depressing when you think about it. Another PS2 game I got was the Rise of Kasai. And of course, it's a PS2 exclusive. Is this the sequel or the successor to the Mark of Kree, which I actually did play that. I never played the Rise of Kasai though. These are these kind of like third-person run-around adventure games that you battle and all that stuff. I'm not sure if I consider them platformers, but definitely action adventure. So Rise of Kasai, I need to get Mark of Kree to kind of finish off this one. For PS2, I picked up Jack X Combat Racing, just to sort of kind of complete my Jack and Daxter series. From the PS2, and this was freaking awesome. I put this in. This is a lot of fun. It really reminds me of kind of like a mix between Mario Kart and Twisted Metal or something like that. I actually never played this back in the day. By the time this came out, it was like 05 or 06, so I actually never looked much into it. I was already kind of looking forward to the PS3 and whatnot. And I was not really big into racing games, but this is definitely a lot of fun. If you like, kind of like the arcadey racers or Mario Kart or anything like that, definitely check this out if you're looking to collect for PS2. Speaking of RPGs that I'll never have enough time to play, I picked up Dark Cloud, another PS2 exclusive. And I heard a lot about this back on the PS2. Again, I never played it on the PS2 back when it came out. Of course, this is the greatest hits edition. A lot of people, a lot of collectors, they kind of try to stay away from the greatest hits. And I'll be honest, when I was first starting to collect for the PS1, I kind of thought the same, along the same vein. But I've kind of moved past that. I just want to own the games, You have greatest hits, original pressing, I don't care. I just want to own them. I just want to play them. I want to have the ability to play them whenever I want. So I'm looking forward to getting into Dark Cloud again when I can find the time. The last one from the PS2, I'm actually going to include the GameCube one too, because I got the Beautiful Joe series, Beautiful Joe 1 on the GameCube, and I ended up picking 2 up on PS2. I wanted them both on the GameCube, but then I found it really cheap for PS2, and I thought, well, whatever, I have the games, you know, they'll be spread off across 2 different systems, but I remember playing the demo of Beautiful Joe 1, or playing it, maybe it was in like a store, like a Walmart or something, where they had the game set up, and it kind of reminded me of like those old school like side-scroller beat 'em ups, but it has its own feel and its own flash to it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into these a little bit more. Of course, as I said, I actually played the first one. I never played the second one before I tested it or anything like that. So, Beautiful Joe series, if you're looking into like a continuation of that old school side-scroller beat 'em up, the Final Fights or anything like that, it's not exactly yet, but these are really good to like get into, and it has a really cool art style. It has like the cel-shaded kind of like graphic style to it. I guess I'll just move on to the original Xbox. Now, one of the series that I was really looking forward to collecting when I got the Dreamcast was Shenmue, and I could never find it and locally. I ended up having to order it online. It was almost the same with Shenmue 2. I just cannot find this thing locally. Nowhere had it. And I've been looking for months, and almost all this stuff, minus the donations and a few other ones that I've got here locally, I got up north, close to Chicago, in the disc replay store up there. And so when I found Shenmue 2, I was ecstatic. This is actually one of the games I had my eye out for when I went up there, simply because I wanted the sequel to Shenmue for when I do finish that game. I want to move right into 2. And unfortunately, it was supposed to be a trilogy. It was never finished. But I really liked coming across this because it is in really good condition. You know, it's got the manual. It does have the DVD movie of all the cutscenes from the first game, since the first game didn't get ported over to the original Xbox, or it didn't get backwards compatibility either for the Dreamcast, which I heard was actually in the talks, but a few deals, a few kind of sort of like, I don't know, probably legal troubles prevented that from happening. But this actually came out on the Dreamcast in other regions. America, or maybe just North America entirely, this was exclusive to the Xbox. Xbox wanted a big exclusive from Sega, and this was it. So, really glad to have this in the collection now. It goes right along with my Shenmue 1. This is definitely a game that people have to, I guess, grow for the style. It has the best, worst voice acting I've ever heard, and it's its own thing. I've never played a game quite like Shenmue. Now, for the Wii, I picked up one of the RPGs you want to look for when you get the Wii. It's called The Last Story. Of course, it is made by Sakaguchi, who, of course, is the creator of the Final Fantasy series. What's his first name? Haranobu? I can't say it, I just butchered it. But of course, the music is also by Nobuo Uematsu. I can say his name. I'm a huge Uematsu fan, and I've actually been on been looking out for all the Sakaguchi games post him leaving Square. So this goes right along with what's the other one I got? Lost Odyssey. I still need to get the Blue Dragon on the 360 to sort of complete that for the consoles. There might be another one, I'm not sure, but The Last Story was really cool. It kind of had like a action RPG kind of tone to it. It wasn't turn-based or anything like that. You actually like ran around and did stuff in real time. But I did get another RPG, and this one was for the 360, and it was by Square. It's called The Last Remnant. This one is actually exclusive to the 360, other than PC or whatever like that. And this kind of has like the same kind of thing going on, only it actually has like a battle mode to it. I was sort of blown away a little bit because this one kind of has a really cool like battle system where you actually have like really big battles on a battlefield, and you're actually controlling different groups of people in a very similar like turn-based style of combat. So when you tell this group what to do, they go and do that, and you go tell this group what to do, and they go fight another section or group of enemies, and it's like this really big, massive turn-based combat battle, and that was really neat to see. And I really want to get more into dive more into that aspect, because it seemed like they give you that right at the beginning, and then you're running around as like the main character, and it's not quite that. So I'm hoping there's a little bit more of that big battle aspect of it, because I was really blown away by that. More of the 360, I did pick up Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. And this one had been on my radar for a little bit. I heard some stuff about it. I heard it was really good. It kind of reminds me of maybe like a dungeon crawler, like the old, oh, what am I thinking of? The EverQuest, or the Champions of Norrath series on the PS2. It's got a little bit of that. It's got a little bit of like maybe like a Skyrim feel too, but the Skyrim, not necessarily like the first person aspect of it. It's more, it's third person, a little bit more like have an arcade type feel to it. And the conversation system reminded me a little bit of like Dragon Age or something like that, where you kind of went through your dialogue wheel and all that stuff. Or Mass Effect has that same kind of deal. The only thing that sucks about this is that the company that made this went out of business, and I heard that there are some like game-breaking bugs that can happen if you play this game. So I got to be really careful when I play this. And of course, this is also I believe the story is by R.A. Salvatore. So definitely, if you're into like big fantasy stuff, this game kind of flew under the radar a little bit. So definitely pick up Kingdoms of Amalur. Now, I mentioned that I liked the Dynasty Warriors series on the PS2, and I had never played any of them on the last generation. I did play the demo for the first one of these, and I found these and had to get them. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 and 2. I love the Gundam series. In fact, a buddy of mine gave me the whole Gundam Wing series as like half of a payment for a PSP Go. But anyways, yeah, I really like the Gundam series, and it works really well with the Dynasty Warriors aspect. And I was thinking about picking up a Dynasty Warriors game, maybe one of the newer ones. I actually have interest in Hyrule Warriors at some point, but I saw the Gundam ones, and I'm like, why haven't I picked those up yet? Those are really cool. And so, Dynasty Warriors Gundam series. If you like Dynasty Warriors, you like Gundam, these are a perfect match. I picked up this next one because my wife asked me to. I mean, I was going to do it at some point anyway, but I picked it up a little sooner than I was going to. As Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. If you're looking for a really challenging, like, platformer, check this out. Because even like the first couple levels are a little challenging, especially if you're trying to 100% everything and get all the the letters or all the little trinkets. This is really freaking challenging. It brought back a lot of the old memories of the older system platformers and how just unforgiving they are. This was not quite, but it is pretty tough. So definitely check this out. I think I picked it up for about 40 bucks. A little bit more than I want to pay, but hey, the wife asked for it, so I picked it up for her. All right. My only PS1 edition was a donation from my buddy Nate, co-host of Journey to Comics, Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. He mentioned that he had it, and he said it's mine. So it took a little bit, but it got to me. I had passed up on it a few times in the wild, knowing that I was going to be hopefully getting it for free, which he donated it. I played through this after I played, MGS way back in the day, and had so much fun playing as Gray Fox. So much fun doing like the all the different little like murder mysteries and stuff. You got to go around and try and solve them as quick as you can. So VR missions are a really cool thing. There's no story to it or anything like that. It's just doing a bunch of different added missions with MGS gameplay. A little bit of better graphics too. There's like a little bit of an upgrade to the graphics than from the original Metal Gear Solid. So that there's that. On the DS, under the recommendation of my buddy Wes, I got Hotel Dusk Room 215. It's like a mystery game or something like that. I never played it, so and it was really cheap. I'm looking forward to see how in depth this is with the detective work and kind of solving the mystery behind it. Because I didn't even test it. I got it, brought it home, and threw it in the handheld drawer. So I'm gonna have to test this out. The other handheld game I got was from a buddy of mine. We worked at a little bit of a trade. And I got Paper Mario Superstar. I like the Paper Mario series. It's pretty neat. I never played this one because I was waiting to pick it up, and I got a good deal on it from my buddy Richard. So thanks, Richard. Really appreciate that. Moving on to the PS3, I picked up on the recommendation of Metal Jesus right here on YouTube. I got The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, and I never really thought too much of the XCOM games. I'm not really into the strategy stuff or anything like that. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. And then I saw the gameplay, and it plays kind of like Mass Effect. A little different. and you know, kind of a cover-based shooter when you give commands and all that stuff. So I tried this out, and it's kind of funny because I like it, but at the same time it has that cheesiness from like the PS1 games, or like the over-the-top acting. The main guy, he kind of has this certain tone to him, the way he acts, and he's like a super dark character. But anyway, that was cracking me up, and it was really fun to play. So definitely check this out. I mean, I think I got it for like 10 bucks, so pretty good. The other PS3 game I just got last night, so barely made it into you know, the October pickup. That's Hitman Absolution, and I found this at Walmart in the used section for 5 bucks. I got this for free on the PlayStation Network, and I used to love the Hitman games. Then this came out, and I'm like, I was kind of tired of them, didn't really, you know, think much of it, and then I got it for free, downloaded it, and I loved it. It was really cool. They did has the same Hitman feel, but it has a couple more elements kind of thrown in to kind of make it fit in more with maybe today's genre of shooters. So pretty neat. Hitman Absolution, pretty cheap. If you can find it at your Walmart for 5 bucks, jump on that, because that's a crazy deal for that. For the PS4, I've actually had this in my possession for a few months. I was borrowing it from a coworker of mine, Mike, when we worked out a deal, and I ended up buying it from him. That's Infamous Second Son. It's the limited edition, so it's got like the holographic kind of box art and everything. I really liked it, but it's a little repetitive. I need to sit down and get back through it, because I enjoy what I played. I played maybe half, maybe just under half, but it was really repetitive. That's my only drawback. The graphics are phenomenal. This was one of the first games I popped in on the PS4, and the graphics, the visuals made it feel like, well, that it was really next gen. So Infamous was a really good game. I played the other ones, I really liked them. This one's really good. It's just, you know, you're running around doing the same stuff. So hopefully I can get back through it. Well, that concludes, you know, first part of this. I got so much stuff that, you know, just had to do 2 parts. So just stick around, and hopefully I'll get that next part up soon. So thanks for watching. Take care.